we're going through the ebbs and flows. You remember being young and being in college or just trying to figure your life out. I think it's a great opportunity to be able to celebrate just growing up in a show and on a show that makes people happy, brings people joy, and people can relate to. I love being a part of projects that people can relate to because then it means I'm doing my part to give back through my art.
How would you describe the growth of your character? Obviously, coming from All American and into having a spinoff kind of surrounding you, how much did you have to kind of do different or show the growth and the depth of that character?
I think for my character's sake, for Simone, I think she's grown a lot in the sense of realizing that as a young adult, you have to make certain decisions for yourself. You have to reap benefits and also reap what you sow in terms of your consequences. So I think that that's the biggest thing about college, going from high school to college. It's like, you got to live life, you got to experience, and you got to do what you got to do in order to get to where you have to go. And she's had a lot of decisions to make as a young adult, as a single mom, as a young mom. I think just her growth in that, we're still on that journey, but it's been nice to see because she's doing her best and we can see and feel that. And then I think as far as my character as an actor, I've grown with the character by just being as relatable as possible and as human as possible, because that's what we really relate to, is when we can see ourselves in a character. So I see myself in Simone a lot from when I was younger and even now, because I'm able to still play the part in the ways that I feel represent her in the best way.
Simone is definitely fierce. She's determined. She knows what she wants. She's an excellent tennis player. Looking forward to get part of that big six line coming up this season. But I got to take it back just a little bit because you were nice and Simone is nice, but you got gangster on Snowfall.
I did.
How was that switching? Because I know you were still working on All American. So how were you able to balance and be able to get into one character and get out of the next character? Because Khadijah wasn't no joke.
She wasn't, and rest in peace to Khadijah because she was a boss. But I think my love for the art and the craft, I'm always looking to do projects that, one, I can connect with other people, but two, also push and challenge myself as an artist. So I think I really just had to dive in. I didn't really know the right or wrong way to go about it. I just knew that I was committed and I was present and I wanted to honor each character correctly and in a way that I would be proud of later in life and in a way that people still related to. Because they're both human, you know what I mean? Two different walks of life, but characters that we all know in some sort of way. So yeah, I just was committed. I was 100% committed.
What would you like to see with your character of Simone on All American Homecoming? Is there anything else you would like to see how that character develop? Do you have any kind of creative input in the writing room and kind of go over and discuss certain things?
I think our producers and our showrunners, they have a really beautiful interpretation of where they see these characters going. And we, as the artists, we trust them and we collaborate in the areas that are necessary. My showrunner, Nkechi Okoro-Carroll, she's lived with these characters. She's breathed these characters for so long, created these characters from her heart and soul. So it's just a matter of us finding a story that we connect with, but also that we celebrate. And I think that she's doing an amazing job. I think my other showrunner, Marquis Jackson, is doing an amazing job. So it's kind of just like trusting each other, and leaning on each other in terms of the product. And I think that we're doing a great job at that. So I'm not really big on like pushing too much. I like to see where it's going naturally, and yeah, just having fun with it and having fun with the journey.
You know what? You're doing a great job. You have a great cast. Congratulations on the success.